Hey everyone, my name is Brent and this is Live Free on Tool-On, and today we are doing a head-to-head comparison between the Gen 1 HP Impact Driver from Ryobi and the Gen 2, the brand new 18 volt HP Impact Driver from Ryobi. Now they look pretty similar as you can see, but there are some differences, and we're going to go over the differences in just a moment. So stick with me. First, this is a lot different, actually. And what I want to do is just take first a quick look, and the best way to do it is we're just going to do this right here. Now this is lighter, stronger, more ergonomic, but check this out, right? So if I just go ahead and I put these two together, you can already see a big difference. This one right here is shorter. You go this way, yeah, you can see right there it's just about the same width, but if we go here, it's a little bit shorter. If you take a look at them just like this right here, you're going to see that they're just about the same height. And a couple things about these, they both run off of the 18 volt platform. That's the ONE+ platform. And they're both HP tools. Now HP tool, they're high performance. They're more electronically, intelligently driven, if you would, so really good power management. Now both of these have 4 modes, which is great. That is power 1, power 2, power 3, and A, which is assist mode or automatic mode. We're going to go over that and we're going to test those out as well. Now I'm not going to do a lot of talking. I want to let the performance do a lot of the talking for me. With that being said, we are going to do a few different tests. We're going to drive, without pre-drilling, an 8-inch lag screw, 3/8-inch lag screw. You shouldn't really do that, but I'm going to do it. I have 8-inch timber locks as well, and that's going to be really hard to see, but you can see it right through here. Maybe, I hope so. Can you see that? Yeah. Anyways, that's what you lock timbers with. We are going to be drilling 1-inch holes with this paddle bit, or the spade bit right there. This is a spider bit from the good old Lowe's, and I think you're really going to like this. It's supposed to be a really, really good bit, but we're going to go through not one but two 2x4s to make sure that we can get that done. Now we're going to put these head by head, so side by side. You're going to say which one drives it the fastest, which one does the best. And with that being said, talking about price, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that in the stats in just a moment, and where you can get it and all that great stuff. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the stats. Now the Gen 1, the model number for a Gen 1 is PBIDO2B, as in Bravo. Impacts per minute are 4,000. Rotations per minute, that is 2,900. And then inch-pounds per torque, right? So this is inch-pounds of torque. It's 2,200 inch-pounds of torque. And the weight is right around 2.55 pounds. And the cost is $119, and you can get it at the good old Home Depot, either online or in person. But they're going to be phasing these out, but this was the latest and greatest until the Gen 2 came out. Now looking at the Gen 2, the model number is PBLIDO4B, as in Bravo. Impacts per minute are 4,200. Rotations per minute are 3,400. And then inch-pounds of torque, well, that is 2,300 inch-pounds of torque, and it weighs 2.5 pounds. The cost of this one is $129. You can get it in-store and online, and it is very widely available. And a couple things, whenever we just take a look at these, and I just want to show you, if you do this, I'm just going to rotate them here. Really take a look at them side by side, right? Go here. Let's take a look at the bottom maybe. Uh-oh. Take a look at the bottom. All the way in there. You seeing everything? And take a look at the inside here. You see it? Now, one of the main things that I see different between these two is an HP battery. It is known because of its intelligence, right? HP, high performance. And one of the things that it has that the non-HP doesn't have, if you look here, you got tabs all the way around it, But then if you take a look right here, you have extra tabs right there. Now those are power management tabs. And if you take a look in here, take a look in there. You see in there, see in there? Gen 1 doesn't have anything. Gen 2, take a look in there. Uh-oh, it does have the tabs. That's very curious, and I do like that. Keep that in mind as we go through our test. I'm very excited about heading these together. But without further ado, we need to go ahead and jump into it. Let's go. The battery that I'm using, this is an 18-volt lithium edge battery. As you can see right here, this is the most advanced battery that they have. This is the 4 amp hour battery. Now, we are going to test this with a timber lock right through here. And we're just going to snap that right in. Yeah, you don't have to pull it out. And we're just going to go straight into this piece of wood right here. I'm going to go into a hole I've never been in before. Let's get it started. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Whoa, that's it. Wow, that actually felt a lot faster. Now it's time to drive the 3/8 inch lag screw. And I will say this, I'm not going to pre-drill. I've got the setting on 3. I'm using a socket and an adapter, and let's just see how that goes. All right, here we go in 3. This is the Gen 1. All right, it's the older one. In 3, 2, 1. There we go. It's in there. But it is actually, I drove it so far, I got the socket stuck. I want to show you a cross section of different screws. If you see this right here, this is a 1/2 inch little baby woodworking screw. I just had to use these today because I had to put in new rails for a cabinet drawer. Pretty simple stuff. Now here's the thing. You can have 2,300 inch-pounds of torque. That's great. But power without control is not worth having. It's just not worth having. So I'm going to set this on the number 1 setting. I'm going to use my PH2 bit and bring it in a little bit closer. That ought to do. And I'm just going to go right here. You see that? Right here. I've got it on number 1 setting right there. And let's just see how we do. I don't want to over drill it and I don't want to strip it out. Here we go. Oh, okay. So I had control. It did well. Now Gen 1, here we go. Same thing, here we go. Level 1 again. And this is a 2-inch coarse Phillips screw, as you can see right there. Let's go ahead and lay this one down. Here we go. Yeah, you know what? It's hammering. Let's try that again. Number 2. Okay, number 2. You know what? That's what it does the best. It's got really, really good power. Let's go ahead and put that down. All right, now we're going to try a 3.5 inch screw. We got it on number 2 setting. Number 2. Kick it up to 3. No problem, automatic. All right, there you go. All right, same thing. First, we're going to start, we're on level 1, 2-inch coarse screw. No, well, didn't even really hammer. No issues at all. Let's go up to number 2. And you know what? Let's go ahead and skip to the 3.5 inch right here. Let's just see how we do. Where can we go? We'll go right here. How about that? Oh, that's a little quicker. Oh, a little quicker. Let's try that on number 3. Woo! Okay, this thing is much faster than the Gen 1. And to be honest, I'm not sure if I like it. But it is much faster. That is for sure. Now, these are the timber lock screws that I just put in. We're going to set this to A, right? Now we're on A, and it does something interesting. It does like a little countdown whenever you press the A in reverse. So let's see what that does. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Not bad. So this was Gen 2, and we did just fine. It wasn't that bad, all right? Let's go to the Gen 1 and do the exact same thing. All right, Gen 1 does something exactly the same way, but let's just see if it works. Same screw, same everything. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I will say, out of the assist modes, the Gen 2 is much better than the Gen 1. The programming is a lot better on the Gen 2, not the Gen 1. It's much better on the Gen 2. But how do we drive, right, with automatic mode or assist mode? Let's go ahead and give that a shot, right? So this is Gen 1 on the assist mode in 3, 2, 1. Okay, all right, interesting. Gen 2 assist mode in 3, 2, 1. Oh, okay. It's stopping. Oh, it stops on its own with assist. On the Gen 2, it's not going further. So the assist mode is completely different than on the Gen 1. So the Gen 2 it actually stopped, and I think I have the reason why. Now, if my theory's right, then they're going to do the same thing that Milwaukee did. Now, this right here, if you can see, focus in, this is a self-tapper. That's because it has a little drill bit on the very tip, and then it's threaded all the way down. And that's meant to punch a hole through sheet metal and then thread it on in and tie it together. I've done a lot of tin knocking in my life, ducting, venting, things like that. I'm an HVAC guy too. And these are your best friends. Now they're a little bit different, but this is just one kind. Now, what it's supposed to do, once we break through the actual metal with the drill bit, it should slow down and thread slowly. Now that prevents us from completely stripping it out, which is super, super easy to do. So if it does stop, I am going to be absolutely amazed. All right, ready? Oh, please stop. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Automatic mode. No. All right, it didn't stop. All right, let's try it again. Ready? Nope, it didn't stop. So it just stops after, I guess it has a torque threshold on the assist mode for the good old assist mode, right? Prime example, stripped out. I'm going to have to work on this later. So this is a Spider 1-inch spade bit or paddle bit. Affectionately, that's what I like to call it. And we are going to drill through these two 2x4s, and the top one is pressure treated, right? We're going to make sure that we are on level 3, so we got to make sure that we produce the maximum amount of power, and we're going to do that right here, and we're going to put them right beside each other. This is the Gen 2 version of the tool, and 3, 2, 1. So that's it. What do you think? Do you think that the Gen 2 Ryobi HP Impact Driver is worth it? Or do you think Gen 1 is the one to go to save $10 whenever you purchase it? Now, they're both really good tools. However, I think that the clear winner, I mean, it's pretty obvious, the Gen 2 just completely outshines Gen 1. In fact, it doesn't even feel like a green tool. It kind of feels like a red tool. More compact, lighter, more powerful. It's cooler. It never actually got warm. Now, there's a pretty big temperature difference here, but I would say for this, it's running cooler, it's more powerful, it's about the same price. Is it perfect? No way. It's not perfect. Here's a couple things that you could improve this by. Maybe go back to the P235 version a few years ago where around the collet, on the housing here, you actually had your lights right there. You used to have a magnetic tray and some bit storage on the front of it here. Go back to that. If you put those amenities back inside of this tool, then guess what? You're going to be able to make some magic. With all of that being said, I hope that you all have enjoyed this head-to-head. I've tried to put these together in a logical way, but pretty quickly so that you all aren't wasting your time just watching me talk about a bunch of nonsense and trying to figure out stuff as I go along. Rather, let the performance speak for itself. My name is Brent. This has been Live Free and Tool On. I cannot wait to see you all in the next video. And until next time, get out there and try something. Buy a new tool. Try out the tool. Build something new. And if you fail, hey, that's okay. That's okay. Because you're going to learn from that experience. And you're going to take those lessons and you're going to pass on your wisdom to the next generation. And until next time, see ya.